Good morning students. Today we will study about artificial kidney hemodialysis. Artificial kidney is an apparatus used for removing the accumulated nitrogenous waste like urea from the blood. And this technique of removing the nitrogenous waste from the blood is called dialysis or hemodialysis. Kidneys are very important organs for the survival because they release or they filter out the toxic waste from the body. But sometimes the kidneys do not work properly. Reasons may be infection, injury, diabetes, or maybe because of high or low BP, old age. Many reasons can be there. If kidneys do not work properly, it leads to accumulation of waste, that is nitrogenous waste in the body, which can be even very dangerous and fatal. It can lead to death. If in case one kidney is damaged, the other is sufficient to carry out all the functions of the body properly. But if both kidneys are damaged, then artificial kidney can be used. In today's class, we will study about the working of artificial kidney or hemodialysis. Now, what are the different parts of artificial kidney or the apparatus used for hemodialysis? That is, it has cellophane tubes which are embedded in the solution. This solution is called dialysate or dialysing fluid. Then dialysate has the same composition. The fluid dialysate used in this machine has the same composition as that of blood. But it has more of glucose and blood has more of nitrogenous waste because nitrogenous waste has to be removed. When blood is taken from the artery, then it is mixed first of all with the heparin, a chemical called heparin, which is used as an anticoagulant. Otherwise, blood when we take out from the arteries, it will start coagulating. It will become thick when we will take out. So that thickening of blood is called blood coagulation. So just to get rid of this problem of blood coagulation, we will add a chemical called heparin. Nitrogenous waste pass into the dialysate and pure blood is mixed with anti-heparin later on. So before mixing the pure blood or before passing the pure blood back into the vein, we have to add anti-heparin. So this theoretical knowledge will be clear when we will study it with the help of this picture. So you can see artificial kidney. This is the patient where both the kidneys are not working properly. Now dialysis is needed here. So from the artery, the impure blood is taken out. So then it is passed, the impure blood is taken out and it is passed into the machine. So before the impure blood is passed into the machine, it has to be, what is added? Heparin. Heparin is added. Heparin is anticoagulant. The blood will not become thick. Okay. So heparin is added. Then the blood will move in these cellophane tubes. These cellophane tubes are coiled tubes and blood moves in the cellophane tube. And this yellow colored solution is the dialysate. Yellow colored solution is the dialysate and blue colored tubes are the cellophane tube. You can see here it is shown in the picture. These red colored are the tubes because they are having the blood and the yellow colored is a solution, dialysate solution or dialysing fluid. Now the dialysing fluid will have more of glucose and blood will have more of nitrogenous waste. Okay, so because the blood is having more of nitrogenous waste, so nitrogenous waste will automatically diffuse. By the process of diffusion, it will try to come out into the dialysing solution. So the nitrogenous waste will come out in the dialysing solution because the movement of molecule from higher concentration to lower concentration. So the nitrogenous waste will come out automatically in the dialysing solution. And you can see here fresh dialysing solution is added at times and then used dialysing solution which is having more of urea, nitrogenous waste. You can see here more of urea and excess of salt. So this one is the used dialysate or the dialysing solution, and it has to be refilled again and again in this process. And once the blood is free of nitrogenous waste, all the nitrogenous waste come to the dialysing solution and blood is free, then through a tube the blood will be inserted back into the vein. The impure blood was taken from the artery and the pure blood is inserted or given back to the vein. So this is how the artificial kidney works. So you can see from the real dialysing machine here. You can see here in this picture, this is the dialysing machine. Many cellophane tubes must be there inside, and this is the impure blood taken, and again when the impure blood is given to the dialysing machine, after it gets pure, it is again passed to the patient's body with the help of a tube, and it is passed into the vein. When taken, it was taken from artery, and when pure blood was given back to the patient body, it was given to the vein. And it happens in natural kidney also, we have already learned. And inside dialysing machine we have got two things, that is cellophane tubes and dialysate, that is dialysing fluid. So these two things are very important in this. Now, so these are the uses of hemodialysis. It helps in the removal of toxic or the toxins from the body, that is nitrogenous waste. Then it gives time to the patient to get a kidney donor. Till the time patient gets the kidney donor, so this can save patient's life. In between two dialysis, the patient can live a normal life. And it is a clean process, and the chances of infection are very less. Now next very important topic is excretion in plants. Till now we have seen excretion in human beings. So today's topic is excretion in plants. Old leaves contain waste, and these leaves, they fall off from the plant. So when the old leaves fall off, it is one of the way of the plant to excrete out the waste. Because the old leaves which fall off from the, or which shed off from the plant, they do have some waste material in them. So falling off the leaves is one of the way of excreting out in plants. Then old xylem contains some of the products like resins, gums, tannins. So all these are the waste of the plant. Although we have used all these things for making some useful products in different industries, but actually speaking, resins, gums and tannins, these all are the excretory products in the plants. Then bark contain the dead cells. Root also excrete out the waste in the soil. That is also one of the way of the plant to excrete out the waste. And then excess of oxalic acid. Oxalic acid is a waste in the plant, and it can be removed in the form of crystal called raphides. So this is the waste, oxalic acid. It is removed in the form of crystal called raphides. Then gaseous waste, carbon dioxide, oxygen. The stomata helps in the exchange of gases. So the gaseous exchange happens through the stomata. Then transpiration, removal of the excess of the water from the plant, that is through the transpiration. So these are the different means and ways in the plant to get rid of the waste. Plants, they don't have a sophisticated and well defined excretory system, but with the help of different parts, they excrete out their waste. Thank you very much. Revise well.